Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. This is your Akim Madril Azel, back with another Feeding the Flock session. Also want to give a salute to the men I learned this truth from, and Rockathon. I'm out here today as commanded by our Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America. I ain't gonna make this too long because I'm not sure how long battery life I got on my recorder right here. You know, hopefully I'll make it through the entire session. But I want to start off with maybe a week or two ago, I think it was maybe 2 weeks ago, there was an individual that came out here and he was inquiring what I was teaching. And more or less he was inquiring the garment that I was wearing. And he mentioned that, and I just asked him a question related to, you know, the garment. I said, you know, what do you think this garment symbolized? You know, he pretty much said to let, you know, the people know more or less that, or let, you know, the Most High know more or less that we are the Most High's people. Well, to clarify that, you know, the reason why we wear this garment with the fringes at the bottom is because it's a commandment. It's a law that we have to wear these garments. According to the law, we're supposed to wear these garments. And another thing, wearing these garments are not going to save you. We have to come back to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai and follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. And doing that, that's not going to save you. We're under grace and mercy. So Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai has his chosen elect that is promised salvation. His 144,000 plus the 1/3 that is promised salvation. We don't know who those individuals are. Only Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai knows that. But we are out here seeking grace and mercy, that we are possibly that we are a part of that precious elk, man. You know, all possibilities are in the hands of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, and within that is endless, man. So that's why we out here doing the work. That's why we out here doing following the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of our ability. So let me start with Salaki, give me 1 sec. Go to Mark 12 and 16. I'm going to start at Mark 12, verse 13. And they sent unto him certain of the Pharisees and of the Herodians to catch him in his words. See, this is what these Pharisees and these Herodians, when they say him, they're talking about Yahweh Shai. And when they were come, they say unto him, Master, we know that thou art true, and carest for no man, for thou regardest not the person of men, but teachest the way of Yahweh in truth. Is it lawful to give tribute to Caesar or not? So this is what the Pharisees and the Herodians asked Yahushua. Is it lawful to give tribute to Caesar, which was the emperor at that time, or not? Shall we give or shall we not give? But he, knowing their hypocrisy, said unto them, Why tempt ye me? Bring me a penny that I may see it. And they brought it. And he said unto them, Whose is this image and subscription? And they said unto him, Caesar. And Yahushua answering said unto them, Render to Caesar the image, Salakia, render to Caesar the things that are Caesar, and to Yahweh the things that are Yahweh's. And they marvel at him. See, that's the attitude towards the non-believers, man. The hypocrites, more or less. The ones that portray, you hear that saying, wolves in sheep clothing. So that pretty much relates to these Pharisees, man, and Herodians, man. They were wolves in sheep clothing. On the outer side, on the outward side, more or less wearing these garments, they appear to be the men of the Lord. I'm just using an example. Wearing the garments, etc. They appear to be the men of the Lord, but inwardly they were demons, man. They were ravishing wolves. They was hypocrites. They were trying to trick up the words of Yahushua, man. So that's what they were doing. That's why I made that true statement earlier that wearing these garments, meaning the outward appearance, is not going to save you, man. It's the inward man. That's what Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua looks into. He don't look on the outward man. He looks in the inward man. Or woman, or child. He looks what's within. Not the outward. Anybody can put on the garments, because you got a lot of Hebrew Israelites that know that they're Hebrew Israelites, but they're completely going against the scriptures, man. They're completely going off. So because you wear a garment doesn't necessarily mark you for salvation, man. And another reason why I broke up this precept, let me continue on. Let me repeat that. The book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 16. And they brought it and said unto them, and they brought it, and he said unto them, Whose is this image and subscription? And they said unto him, Caesar's. And Yahushua answering said unto them, Render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to Yahweh the things that are Yahweh's. And they marveled at him. So I bring that precept out in relation to Revelation 13 and 15. Let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 15. I'm going to start at 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in sight of men. That is Esau Edom, with his modern day technology, more or less his perfecting of his arsenal, which is the sword, in relation to these bombs that he had, like the atomic bomb, atom bomb, things of that nature, dropping from the sky. And the ultimate perfection, which is the nuclear silo ICBM missiles, that's going to destroy this place, Babylon the Great, aka America. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on earth in the sight of men, and deceive them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wonder by a sword, and did live. See, this beast, which is regarding to the beast system, which is a global empire that Esau Edom has, ran by the super elites, which are the banking families of the Esau Edom nation, the Edomites, man, which are the banking families, man. One of the banking families that own the Federal Reserve notes that these Babylonians here in America, aka America, which is their lifeline, is the Rothschilds, man. The Rothschild family owns the Federal Reserve banks. So, they got different districts. They got one, I think, in Kentucky. They got one in, I don't know exactly what states, but they all got individual jurisdictions, which are these Federal Reserve banks. They have different districts, but all those districts are ran by a privately owned company that is that the owners are the Rothschild families, man, or the Rothschild family. And and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So if you do not worship, it's going to come down to a point here in the near future, right around the corner, definitely around the corner, man, that you're going to have ultimatums. You're going to either have to take this mark, which is the RFID microchip, that a lot of great men was revealing this revelation 30-some plus years ago, over 30 years ago. They was revealing this prophecy, or prophesied the downfall of Babylon the Great. In over 20 years, that was bringing to the light of the people that the mark of the beast was the RFID microchip, that you're going to have a decision, you're going to have an ultimatum. Either take this mark or die. That's the devil coming down with great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And he causeth all both, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So that's that RFID microchip. They already got some, and the majority that I see are Edomites that already have the mark of the beast inside their head, which is that microchip, man. That's those wonders that he deceiveth the whole world with, man. He's using his craft. He's using his sword and his ability to deceive. He's the master of deception, man. That's why they're the dark ones, man. The ones that work in the dark, man. They're the evil ones, man. They're the evil that the Bible speaks of. They're the wicked that the Bible speaks of. They're the devil that the Bible speaks of. They're the serpent that the Bible speaks of. They're the beasts in regards to Revelation chapter 13 that the Bible speaks of. So this is Esau Edoms, man. All these are synonyms to Esau Edom, man. The self-proclaimed white man, woman, and child, man. The devil that the Bible speaks of is the Edomites. So why I bring that precept is to in relation to Mark 12, so like Mark 12 and 16. It's the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 16. And they brought it, and he said unto them, whose is this image and subscription? And they said unto him, Caesar. And Yahushua answering said unto them, render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to Yahweh the things that are Yahweh. And they marveled at him. And the reason why I'm bringing that precept up is this Mark 12, verse 16 through 17 can give you an example to Revelations 13 and 15 and what's going to happen. Because those that take that mark and worship Esau Edom, which is Caesar, is also the nation of Edom. He was a representation of the nation of Edom. He was an Edomite. So for those that take that mark, they're going to be rendered to Caesar. And those that refuse the mark are going to be rendered to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You can use that as an example. So for those that's why it's going to be rendered to things that the things that was rendered to Caesar, which are in relation to Caesar. I'm gonna use him as the modern, and he was an Edomite during his era, but we're gonna give him a relation to the Edomites that are present day rulership. So when you take that mark, you're going to be rendered to those Edomites, man, which is the beast system. You're going to be rendered to them. And those that refuse to take the mark and rather take death than serve or pay tribute, because that's what it is. You're paying tribute and homage. Pretty much you're being stamped as a servant for life, man. You're gonna be back into servitude, man, which you actually currently still are, but they're trying to minimize your freedom, man, to the extent where they know your comings and goings and everything that you do in society, man. So they want that type of control. You know, they control the monetary system, but they don't control individuals' goings, comings, and goings. See, they can't tell, every individual where they're at all times. So they're trying to eliminate that. They want you to be a perpetual slave. And by you taking that mark, you're going to be rendered to them. And those that refuse that mark, which are those that refuse that mark that are part of Israel, the 12 tribes, we are going to be rendered to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So that's an example that you can use in reference to Mark 12, verse 16. And they brought it, and he said it, Salakia, it's the book of Mark, chapter 12, verse 16. And they brought it, and he said it to them, whose is this image and subscription? And they said it to him, Caesar. So that image is, which is it was their token, it was their monetary system, and that's what that RFID microchip is. They're gonna do away with the paper currency, and that RFID microchip is gonna be a global monetary system, man. That's why I use this precept in Mark chapter 12 in relation to Revelation chapter 13, man, verse 15. And repeat that again. This is the book of Mark chapter 12, verse 16. And they brought it. And he said unto them, whose is this image and inscription? And they said unto him, Caesar's. And Yahushua answering said unto them, render to Caesar the things that are Caesar's, and to Yahweh the things that are Yahweh. And they marveled at him. So, by you taking that mark of the beast, you're going to be rendered to the Edomites, which are the bankers, the global super elites of the Edomite nations, man, or the Edomite nation, man. You're going to be rendered to them, and you're going to be marked for death, man. And those of Israel that resist the devil are going to be numbered, are going to be part of that number of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. They're not going to be marked for the sword. We're going to be given a mark of preservation, man. We're going to be given a mark of salvation, man. So that's why the true men of the Lord is out here prophesying the downfall of Babylon the Great and trying to awake the elect, man. That's what this message is all about, the elect, man. Because they got this fake plantation doctrine that anyone can be saved. And that's far beyond or far from the truth, man. The salvation is only promised to Israel. And on this side, it's only promised to a certain portion of Israel, man. It's only promised to the 144,000 and the 1/3. 2/3 of our people this side is going to be wiped out, man. It's prophesied that because they're not going to get this message, man. They're not going to receive this, man. They hear it, but to them, it's not profitable because of their ignorance. They're too caught up in the lifestyle of Babylon the Great, man. They're cleaving into Esau Edom, man. This guy is slowly, actually, it's in a rate of quicker than it's quicker than it's like it. His exposure, his downfall is quickening, man. Let's put it like that. So this man is going down, man, and it's evident, man. They got you walking around with a mask. They're pretty much mandated that you take this serpent juice. You know, if you don't meet these certain criteria, you could be denied your livelihood. You know, so this place is deteriorating, man, right in front of your eyes, and most don't see it. They think it's gonna be. They think this is pretty much a time of as President Obama said, a bump in the road, and then everything is gonna go back to normal. Nah, man. There's no normalcy in the near future, man. There's nothing going back to normal, man. They already have these so-called physicians, these so-called doctors, and etc. The people with these so-called PhDs. They said that even these politicians, they said that there's not going to be a going back to normal, man. This so-called germ that's going around is here to stay, man. Because these elites have an agenda. They have a global agenda to fulfill, and they know that they have but a short time to fulfill that. And there was also an article that I read about solar flares. They said that there's supposed to be, well, there was a solar flare, which is one of the largest or strongest solar flare that these scientists that work for NASA, right? They said this is one of the strongest solar flares that they seen, that they witnessed on last Thursday, the Thursday that just passed. And they said we're possibly going to feel the effects of this solar flare today. And they said that due to the effects of these solar flares, there could be blackouts. So there could be a nationwide blackout. I don't know. I'm just going by what the article says. But they said whatever's supposed to happen is supposed to happen today on this wicked Halloween tradition that most don't understand, and they try to have their kids go out and celebrate. You know, this is a demonic holiday, man. This is a high level witch day, man. A lot of sorcery is taking place today, and probably within the days that was building up to the day, and probably the days after, man. But this right here is a day of a lot of witchcraft and sorcery, man. But back to that article, the scientists that work at NASA has an article about that, man. You know, that's in the I think it's in the New York Post, if I ain't mistaken. That they said that it could be a possible blackout today from this solar flare that they witnessed or seen on last Thursday. That they said that in South America they already experiencing due to this solar flare radio frequency blackouts. Like they can't communicate on their radios due to this so-called solar flare. That's according to the article. That's what they say. You know, this is Esau Edom's. You know, this is the wicked. He controls the media. But according to that article, that's what it said. So I don't know if it's going to be a nationwide blackout or it's going to be what they say, pockets of blackouts. You know, you may have a blackout, you know, over here, then a blackout over there. You may have people over here that have lights, people over there that have lights. I don't know. But according to that article, that's what it says. But let me continue on to Hosea chapter 4, verse 12. This is the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 12. My people asking counsel, and their stocks and their staff declare unto them, for the spirit of whoredom had caused them to err, and they have done a whoring from under their God, which is their power. See, these people are going whoring and taking that mark of the beast. It's the ultimate level of betrayal, man. See, Israel is a stiff-necked people, man. They've been doing this for generation after generation after generation, man. That's why Israel was led into captivity under these different nations, man. Because we went whoring after different idols. We went serving to strange and giving tributes to strange gods, man. Esau Edom, Caesar Borgia, fake white man Jesus, is the ultimate stronghold, Salaki, of whoredom, man, that our people are facing today, man. They can't get, or they can't let go of that fake image, man, of Caesar Borgia, fake white man Jesus, man. That's not the true image of our Lord and Savior, man. That's far from the truth, man. he represents leprosy, man, which is a curse, man. Having no pigmentation, having no melanin in your skin is actually a curse, man. But Esau Edom is a clean leper. But to say the least, he's still a leper, man. He's still cursed, man. Let me continue on. They sacrifice unto the top of the mountains, and they burn incense upon the hills under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow of that, Salakia, because the shadow thereof is good. See, right now, they're worshiping Esau Edom. They're willing to go to these harlot houses, which is these churches, and worship Esau Edom, because right now they feel like everything's good, man. You know, they're under that Green Bay tree. So that shadow, even though it reflects gross darkness, these people have been blinded, and they feel comfortable. They feel some type of comfort in this gross darkness, man, because they don't see the light, man. They don't see the true teachings of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. So it feels good to them to bask in that gross darkness, man, in that shadow of Egypt, that shadow of Esau Edom. Let me repeat that again. They sacrifice upon the top of the mountains and burn incense unto the hills under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery. And that's on two folds, man. That's why a lot of women out here, not only women but men out here, are going to whoredom and committing adultery, man. That's on two folds. That's physical fornication, and that's spiritual fornication. That's twofold. And it will not, Salaki, and will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouse when they commit adultery. For themselves are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Therefore the people that doeth not understand shall fall.